Paradox. Hello? Hello? Wait, I think if we press this one. Oh, yes. Yes, there we are. And one more. Ah! Oh, hello. I've been waiting all day for the letter. All right, guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network. It's October, which means it's Halloween, and I always try to put a little Halloween twist on things. Let me go ahead and just get out of this so we can talk about the creative director letter that just got dropped by Intrepid Studios. All right, guys. Normally, when I cover the creative director letter for Ashes of Creation, I start at the beginning and I like to just go through in chronological order. There's a lot of little bits and pieces I see, stuff that I've missed over the previous quarter. This time, we're going to do it different because you guys don't care. You've been waiting for this for like years. This is not only the Alpha 1 date, this is finally something that looks like a roadmap. People have been tired of being broken down on the side of the road, not knowing how far it is to the gas station or the rest stop. We now know the next about 6 months of our gaming future because we know how things are going to happen. I'm going to give Intrepid mad kudos for this roadmap, and here's why. I've been beating them up since the creative director letter that talked about Alpha and their use of non-definitive terms. Different staff members using different words for the same thing. This playtest schedule uses very definitive language. In December, on December 18th, which is basically where we predicted it, we are going to have Alpha 1 preview, pre-test 1. Now, I do understand people are disappointed. It is going to be under NDA. That's okay. I know people were expecting full Alpha 1 to start in December. We do have to be a little bit accommodating and a little bit forgiving for Intrepid. I don't think anybody could have predicted how radically different the year 2020 was going to go from about March onward. Intrepid's been working from home for 7 months. Yes, you can get a lot of work done at home, but there is something about not having your whole team together. It does impact production. We know that we're going to have a 4-day test. There will be a full wipe. Intrepid and the team will then break for the holidays. Come back in January, they will parse through all of that data. They will go through all of the bug reports. They will validate them. They will reproduce them. And then about 8 weeks later, we're going to have our second testing session in February 19th through February 22nd. And again, this one will be under NDA. Now, as we move forward, the third testing session, pre-test 3, will not be under NDA. All the Alpha 1 testers and the official content creators will be able to get in there and start making content. I did ask Steven, and across the bottom of your screen, you're seeing his quote, his response. I asked, why is the NDA dropping and we're still going to be under a Alpha 1 preview sort of tag? He said it has to do with the wipe. There's going to be a full wipe after that 1 week of testing. And then in April of 2021, Alpha 1 will finally officially begin, barring any setbacks. Let's start hoping and praying that there aren't any of those. Now, I know, guys, I absolutely know what your concern is. You're like, what is taking so long? Well, guys, this isn't an Asian game being brought over to the Western world where they're just doing localization. I'm not going to dive into that too much right now because Steven actually talks about it in his letter. But there are 2 types of alphas, and this is a Western alpha. They're still building the game. Let's dive back in here now and let's kind of roll through that letter. I know some of you are about to like peace out, and that's okay. I'll see you guys later. There's some good stuff in there. You might want to hang out for a minute. I still love the fact he's got his own ink stamp with sandals on it. I do love the fact that in the creative director letter, they sort of sum up things you might have missed. They have released multiple 4K videos. That is true. Steven held his first AMA. Steven is not an accomplished streamer. He doesn't do this routinely. If you didn't see my review of his AMA, it's up there, and it's actually over there in the corner, far corner. I think his AMA was exceptionally well done. I want him to do more of those. I'd like to see him just pop in on Saturdays and stream for an hour and just talk. Maybe some fireside chats like FDR style. He was interviewed by some fun streamers. What did they have? They had Tim the Tapman, Summit1G, and Shroud, and Asmongold. This is going to be the Asmongold interview. And then the link here for this creations video is actually the 1.8 8 million view video by the Lazy Peon that sort of kicked off this most recent hype. Big congratulations to the Lazy Peon. As you see, lots of other things going on with Intrepid. They have parted ways with My Games. They are opening the European office in Amsterdam. European players, I know you're looking forward to not paying VAT. Don't put your eggs in the basket yet. VAT is something you have to pay. Let's just wait to see what Intrepid does. But Intrepid's going to be self-publishing in the EU. What I do love about the letter is that we get some new concept art. We get the faces, man. The faces and the hair. I'm like actually excited for this. I'm not really usually a character creator guy, but the fact that Meiji McButterface is gone, actually, as we scroll down here, that's a really impressive female avatar modeled out. I still love you, Meiji McMurder Hornet. So as we scroll through, I love the fact that Steven did something, and I've said it on my stream a couple of times that I wish he would put this in the letter. So it's here, so I got to call it out. I like the fact that they said recently we moved the project up to 2 engine versions from Unreal 4.23 to 4.25, while simultaneously consider continuing iterations on the networking and backend. They said there were some challenges over the last few months that the talented developers have addressed and overcome. Guys, if you're not familiar with game development, and I'm not an expert, but I do talk to experts, doing a double jump on your engine is like kind of a big deal. You're going to break a lot of stuff. I do know that Unreal Engine 4.26 does increase the water. I would love for Steven, and I may ask him this at my next opportunity. I don't know if they're going to move to 4.26 for the water physics, but I would like them to move to 4.26, get the water physics thing, and then stop upgrading engines. Until they're ready to move to 5.0, I'd like to see them stop. But every time they do make an engine update, they clearly have reasons. Maybe in the future creative director letter, if they do an engine update, Steven can clue us in as to why we made the decision to move the engine, because I think that would go a long way with the community. If Intrepid can't be as transparent as they wanted to be in 2016, they can definitely maybe be a little more educational. I think the community would love that. But I do love the fact that he talked about it. He did talk about it on stream. They talked about it again. As we scroll through, I love the artwork. If you guys don't see what I see in this artwork, I see a ship back there. You're gonna see some more in a minute. Let's just, there's a ship. I'm pointing it out. Let's hold on to it. As we get here, Steven talks about Alpha 1. That's why I jumped ahead. This was the meat. There's a lot of meat here this time. I talked about the same thing Steven talks about. Alpha has 2 meanings. The Western world, when you're actually still building the game, and the Eastern version where it's a localization. Let's be honest, guys. When Eastern games come to the Western world, they are not looking for feedback. They're not looking for changes. They just want to get it localized and monetized. One thing I do have the commitment from Steven on, there's a couple of things that I've said, I think this may be broken. Steven has outright said, I hear what you're saying. Let's test it my way first, but I'm 100% open for feedback. And it just doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with everybody. If you can articulate a good reason for why something is broken, Steven wants to hear that. Now, a good reason is I don't like it. You gotta kind of refine your technique a little. As we scroll down, as you saw, there was the playtest you can go through. As we get to this last piece of art, guys, maybe you can see it now in this one. Ships. Little thing. I'm really stoked for the fact that the ships are in the concept art. I'm really kind of hoping the naval content is farther along than they've let on. If it is, great. If it's not, that's still great. Looking forward, I'm always happy when Steven does the looking forward. Because it's the one time Steven gets to be genuine and authentic with his community. And I do like the fact Steven says, I cannot express how much your support and participation mean to the team and me. Every comment, every tweet, every forum and Discord message is a drip of motivation and a pool of passion and love that our team has for Ashes of Creation and for you, our beloved and glorious community. I'm hoping that still includes me. But the video I did the other day, they may not be happy with me about. But that's okay, because some people give you hugs and some people sustain your cauldron of hate. Or they put on steampunk outfits to try to make you laugh at the start of a video. I don't know anybody that does that. I do love the fact that he always closes it like with love and appreciation. Your faithful creative director, Steven Sharif. I'd go work for this guy. Like, I really would. If he needed me to come out there and do like a CPI, continuous process improvement, I'd be there for him. I really do like engaging with Steven. He's a good dude. You may find out why. I don't want to say too much because this is going to be a dated thing. But yeah, you guys might find out why I think he's a good dude, and we'll get that resolved. With that said, guys, it is late on a Friday. I've been waiting all day for the video. I streamed, it didn't come. Kind of glad it didn't. Got a chance to really absorb this, and I give it an A+. You guys know that I'm a former teacher. I like to give grades. I give this letter an A+. In fact, I give this letter an A+, and I think this letter does a long way of making up for some of the previous letters that were lacking, because we got a roadmap. I've been begging for a roadmap for probably 18 months. Finally got a roadmap. It's only a 6-month roadmap, but I can now map out the next 6 months of my content creation career and my gaming career. So if I'm happy about that, you should be too. With that said, I am Jahlon. I am the Ashes 101 guy. If you're looking for information about Ashes of Creation, go to ashes101.com. It's kind of like your one-stop shop for educational stuff. It also coordinates with the wiki, which is kind of like your stacks or your library. Ashes 101 is like your textbook and your school. If you guys ever need me for anything, I'm Jahlon, #0001 on Discord. I also stream 4 times a week now, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays on a rotating schedule, so I should be around at least once a week for your time zone. Until then, guys, I need to get this into post-production. I am aiming for a 69-minute production so I can say I got it out on the day of the letter. Until then, you stay safe. I'll see you next time. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Well, since you're here, there's a couple other videos I think you should check out. And all those names, those are my patrons over at Patreon. I couldn't do this without them. So, big thanks to them for all their support.